Well, housing sales also really taking off. The recovery continues to pick up steam as Americans bought new homes last month at the fastest pace in 5 years. Sales of newly built homes rose more than 8% in June, the highest rate since May of 2008. And they've also risen nearly 40% in the past 12 months, the biggest annual gain in more than 2 decades. Rising demand and low inventory have also helped home prices. The median price for a new home is now nearly $250,000, up more than 7% from a year ago. And joining us with more on the U.S. housing market is Tanya, the CEO of Team Investments. Tanya, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So Tanya, new homes up 8.3% from May, which was revised downwards. It was the highest pace of sales since May 2008. What can we deduce from this?
This is actually fantastic for the housing market. What it really means is that housing is coming back and it's on a steady incline. Home builders are coming back, they're building, and people are buying. There's such low inventory in existing home sales that builders can actually get out there and produce homes, and buyers are lining up to purchase them.
But Tanya, we have had some mixed reports recently. Sure, new home sales are up. In fact, they're up 38% from the same time last year. But sales of existing homes stumbled last month. U.S. housing starts and permits for future home construction unexpectedly fell in June. Housing starts dropped almost 10%. Applications for building permits fell 7.5%. So how do you reconcile all of these divergent data points?
Well, first of all, on existing home sales, you have to understand that there truly is a little bit of a lack of inventory. Inventory is the lowest that it's been in history. So when we're looking at inventory, banks are really holding on to a lot of homes still. They're understanding that with the rise in mortgage rates and the rise in prices, they yield more dollars bottom line, and they can hold on to these homes because they had the bailout and they're back making money again. So the lack of inventory really is creating a dip in existing home sales. But that is one of the reasons that new home sales are taking off the way that they are, because that product is available to the buyers. It's both an investor and a personal family home buyer that are buying these homes.
Now, Tanya, you mentioned mortgage rates, and the 30-year mortgage rate recently rose to its highest level in nearly 2 years to about 4.51%. However, mortgages are still low by historical standards. But how much of an impact are the rising mortgage rates having on the consumers? And also, with these higher rates, are banks now lending more?
You know, what we're really seeing is the refi boom is taking a dip. People that wanted to refi really probably already have. But as far as home buyers and interest rates, that little bit of spike really doesn't make a big difference. If you're buying a $260,000 home at 3.5%, it's really $270,000 that you can afford. That should be negotiable by a good realtor. So this little rise in rate really doesn't matter. I think that we will see a big dip when we get up to the 7s, and that'll be a long time from now. As far as new loan products, there's a ton of new loan products coming to the market, and for foreign investors as well. You can put down 50% and get a 4.5% to 5% rate and buy investment properties. We haven't seen that ever, I don't think. So that's a good thing. There's new loan programs coming out. We're seeing a takeoff. Now, we don't want liar loans. We don't want people putting no money down, but we do want to be able to have new loan programs for those with stated income, and we want to encourage home purchasing again.
Well, you know, Tanya, one person that is encouraging home purchases big time is legendary hedge funder John Paulson. As you recall, he made billions betting against the housing market before the subprime crisis crash. Now he says that the best possible investment is buying a home. He says if you already own a home, buy a second one. And in 2006, he said the housing market was at its peak. Now he thinks it's still very close to the bottom. Do you agree?
Absolutely agree with him, and that was great for housing for him to say that. When you're looking at investment properties, in many places you can still purchase homes for $100,000, $125,000 that are renting out for $1,000 to $1,100 a month. That is incredible cash flow. Now, you have a strategy and a plan to hold on to these homes, to create sustainable cash flow, and to liquidate in 10, 12 years. That's a fantastic investment.
Okay, we are going to have to leave it there. Both Tanya, CEO of Team Investments, and John Paulson saying, buy a home.